Hey y'all, it's Megan from Made for Mermaids, and today I'm gonna have a really quick and easy free pattern for you. It is the kitchen sponge and cleaning cloths. So I have some here. These are really quick. For mine, I'm using 2 layers of flannel and then also a layer of netting. I found this in the utility section at Joann. You could also kind of upcycle if you have any fruit or vegetable bags that you're not using, you could use that. You can also use all sorts of other fabrics for this, anything that is absorbent, so French terry, even if you only have quilting cotton, you really need at least 1 absorbent layer, but you could also use as many layers as you want, depending on how absorbent you want it. So this is the kitchen sponge size. So I have 2 layers of the flannel and then 1 in the netting. Now you can make these 2 different ways, and you don't have to add the netting if you don't want. It just makes it so that one side will be able to scrub a little bit. So you can either make these like these ones that have the exposed seam. So I literally just stacked my fabric and serged around the edges. If you don't have a serger, you could use a zigzag or overcast stitch, but if you don't like the way this looks, then you can enclose the seams. So to do that, you would lay your fabric right side up, and then you would put your netting down, and then you're gonna lay the wrong side up, so right side down of your other piece, and then you're going to stitch all the way around, leaving a small opening to turn right side out. So if your netting is kind of moving around, I find it actually stays in place really well. But you can also base the netting to one of the pieces of fabric before you sew them together if it's moving around on you. And you would just stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around, leaving that opening to flip right side out. And the same thing with the sponge. You would do right side up, the netting in the center, and then right side down. And again, just leave a small opening so you can turn it right sides out. Okay, so after they're stitched all together, except you have that little opening, what I like to do is I like to trim the seam allowance. I like to use my pinking shears and clip the corners, and then you're gonna press the opening seam allowance 1/4 inch to the wrong side, just like these ones. And then it's time to turn them right side out. And you're going to use your point turner or a chopstick, something to press the corners out. I use this little tool, it's called the Purple Fang. And just press the corners out. We're almost through. Then you just take it to your sewing machine and we're gonna top stitch. You can just top stitch the opening, or you can go all the way around. I like to go all the way around so it holds the netting in place so it doesn't kind of move around like that. Do the same thing to this one. And then after you top stitch, you are through. So I'm gonna do that really quickly and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay, after you top stitch around, they are complete. You can see the ones that I serged are slightly bigger since I didn't cut the seam allowance when I serged them. And that's it. These would be great if you're doing some kind of kitchen theme gift with dish towels or utensils, something like that. These would be great, or just for yourself if you're trying to use less waste, then these are great, and they're super quick. This was 1/4 yard of fabric, and I got several out. We have several reusable things on the blog. We have fruit and vegetable bags, we have facial rounds, all sorts of things if you are looking for more. And that's it. If you make these, of course, as always, please share them with us on Facebook or on Instagram at Made for Mermaids. If you have any questions, just leave them down below and I'll try to answer. Bye.